Yo, guys, and welcome to Chats with Cam. We are back for another episode, and you might have noticed we're in a different location. Pre the new logo, it's banging. I know. Tell me about it. But to start off with, I've got my lovely guest here, Mohammed again.
Let's go. Round
Chase.
two.
and
Finish it.
we're gonna start off with our unpopular opinion of the week. So mine is going to be when I was in the gym earlier this week, I noticed there was a couple girls wearing makeup, and I thought, is a girl wearing makeup in the gym for clout, or is she
Nah,
just going it for natural
nah.
aesthetics?
Some people need to like they want to look good when they go outside. You
But
get
if
me?
you're going to a gym, yeah, you're not going.
No, but you're going there to make yourself look good. Do you
Yeah,
understand?
but you're there to get fit is the
And
primary.
look good.
No. But if you, because like if I'm going to the gym, like man's sweaty, like man's got the do rag on, like all of that.
Yeah,
Like I'm not trying to. Obviously, I'll mute to a girl if there's
yeah.
buff thing,
But
but
then your priorities are different, though. Do you understand? You're there to get a sweat on. Do you understand?
yeah,
Some
but that's the
people are
same for
there.
a girl, for any person. It's to
Well,
get
you
fit
know
in the
what? Some
gym,
people might want to maintain their standard of beauty. Do you
right?
understand? So, but by them wearing a makeup, obviously now they're just gonna like say, "Yo, I want to look good. I want to look fly every time I step out."
But when
That
they're all
includes
caked
gym,
and it
maybe
just
taking a
sweats,
you never know, bro.
yeah. But when they're all caked up and they got all that mascara and it runs off with sweat, and you just look at them like you look dogged, fam.
That's true. Well, what was she doing, this person, then?
She was doing squats, but like when she went on to like doing the treadmill and that, she was just sweating off all the makeup.
But you should have eyed them. Should have said, "Well,
No,
gone."
no. You know what? It's bad, man. Yeah, because when I went to the gym last before lockdown, and I must have moved to one thing. Like you know, in the gym they have that like separate area where it's
Mm.
you do all like the soft weights and all that. And I went into there, and she was like using the little steps thing to do her legs, and I must have like went to talk to her and that. Started off alright, like yo, you good? Like, what you saying all of that. And we're talking, and then I was like, oh yeah, like what's your number? And she was like, "Oh, I ain't got a phone." I'm like, "Right." And then 2 seconds later, she walked off with the phone in her hand on
Nah,
Snapchat.
nah, bro. You don't know what you should have done. Like, oh, you know what? You can't do anything in that scenario. You
Bro,
should
she
have,
walked as she walked off. She had the phone in her hand, and I'm
fam.
like,
You should have went into the weight sections, lifted them heavy ones. Just get
just
your
pumped out the
frustration out,
iron.
bro. Trust me. There are no ones there. You just it. I'm doing 100 kg today, fam. I'm lifting something. You get me?
Nah, I hear you.
You couldn't lift the number. You got to lift the weights. You get me?
Have you got any unpopular opinions?
Not with gym.
Just anything in general,
Depends really. Like what
like whether it's like football, girls, like home life, whatever.
you know what? You're sticking me on the
Like
spot.
ketchup on toast. I don't know.
Yeah, that's buff, bro.
Oh, come on, man. I meant something serious, bro.
That's rough, bro. If you ever been Kosovo, yeah, hey, I'm
That's like
telling
all
you.
that banana rice in it and all that.
Hey, don't get me
Nah,
started.
nah,
But,
fam.
hey,
Come on, rice
with
and
your
peas all day.
rice and peas,
You know what? Yeah, the last
the man talking
when I
about
started
curry
eating, no,
goat.
Come on, that's
Kai,
real
man.
thing, yeah. Because
You're
when
dead food, bro.
when I
Better
went
salt
when I went to
involved, bro.
carnival, yeah, a couple years ago, and me and my boys, we were dying for food, fam, and we went to one of the stands trying to get rice and peas, jerk chicken, whatever, and we must have cut a queue. And it must have ended up being like jollof rice, yeah.
Nah.
I swear to God, all three of us had food poisoning the next day. All three of us. Like, never again, man. Like, that's what I'm saying.
Do you know? Okay, here's one thing I don't understand. When people say, "Oh, if I go to like a Caribbean restaurant and the person's bare rude, like not giving me dead customer service, the food's gonna bang."
Customer service with Caribbeans is that's just a given. Like, you go into a yard shop. Like, what do you want, sir?
You won't be saying
They're never
when
interested.
them inspections
It's
come.
either
You get
that
me?
or me not have that or just some form of
Hey,
we
me
ain't
not
got
go
it.
have that. You get me? What do you mean?
Until you bring the money out, they're not interested.
Hey, I'm telling you, what money, man?
And if the woman
You're
ain't,
saying,
if the woman
to
ain't
me,
got,
are
if she
you
ain't got
mad?
rolls on her arm, she ain't a cook.
Yeah, you know what?
That's just
That's
standard, innit?
understandable. Like,
If you go
I
into a
remember in
yard shop-
primary school, I had some after rolls there, like just flying upon each other, and she whipped it good, bro. I'm telling you, I had some madness in primary school. This is back in like in the 90s, bro, late 90s. But like, I was bare fresh, didn't know any English. All I see is this African lady whipping it good.
Yeah.
I was like, it, let me have some of this. Ends up being nice. I can't remember what food it was.
What do you think of like Caribbean food?
It's trash.
Bruh,
Real talk, trash.
bruh.
Nah, real talk.
What do you prefer?
Somali food.
What kind of food is it?
Yeah, you know what? It's not pasta. It's I don't know. It's
So
the
it's
way.
Italian.
You could say Italian, whatever, Asian, whatever. Yeah, but it's the way it's made.
How's it made? Like, what's
It's
different?
made by love, bruv.
Love.
It's
That's
made
not an
by
ingredient,
Somali,
fam.
fam. It's made
Chuck
by
that shit in
Somali.
the bin.
Nah,
Love.
hey, man said food, bruv. Cut, man.
Yeah, but like what? Like, is it a lot of oil? Is it like what? What's different?
I have to take it because I don't know. I don't know anything else compared to that. Like I can explain, like Italian food is like pizza and all that stuff. Japanese food and Chinese food is Chinese food. You get me? I don't know, whatever kung fu,
Do you like sushi?
whatever it's
Japanese
called,
food?
innit?
Kung fu. Is that a food now?
Bro, I don't know what it's called, but them new house they say it. You get me? Yeah. This is not racism, by the way. Yeah, you get me?
Do you like
racism.
sushi? Do you like sushi?
No, I've never had that. You know.
Nah, do you know what it is? I'm allergic to like most seafood and that, innit? So I mostly stay away. But some
You're
like
allergic.
like your sushi I can get away with. But if I go to some
what's
restaurant,
your
you know, like the like restaurant, the shop.
I think I've seen it.
Because I've got like an allergy, well, specifically nuts, but like seafood as well. I think it's like an enzyme in it that makes me allergic. But the way I know I was allergic to nuts was actually on my birthday. So I must have gone out with the boys, and towards the end of the night, I think we went to the, you know, in like Brixton, there's like the pop-up markets with like different food stands.
Yeah.
And one of the stands was like Brazilian food, I think.
Yeah.
And so my birthday's in like spring, summer, in it, so the weather's quite warm.
Right.
And I must have had like the food, and it was like rice or something like that, but it had Brazilian oil on it.
Right.
So like half an hour later, like my face is red.
Oil.
I'm all like puffy, and everything, and my throat's like enlarged. And my boys are like, nah, he's just got hay fever, bro. And I'm literally on the floor dying.
Oh man.
Not knowing I've got an allergic reaction. And I think in the end, I was like, you know, I'm just gonna go home in it because I wanted to get home and just rest it off.
Are you able to like breathe and stuff?
I wasn't towards the end because basically
like
I made that's how I was, and then I made the mistake of trying to get home quickly, but I must have taken a tube, and as you know, there's no air on the tube,
Trust me.
so I literally suffocated and passed out. And then
swear.
I must have just made it outside to the station and like managed to call the ambulance, and I passed out by Victoria Station, and they came got me.
Did you wake up in the hospital, son?
So I woke up in the ambulance and they gave me like a trainee medical student, whatever. But the thing is, he didn't know what he was doing either. So I had like a basic knowledge of like how medicine works.
Yeah.
So I'm like, nah, put the needle here, bruv. Like, and I'm showing him how to do it whilst I'm like sedated on God knows what, like morphine and stuff. So I was proper gone, man. And that's how I found out I was allergic to nuts. It was a bit of a myth, to be honest.
But you know what? That's mad, bro. Oh man. You know, I'm
Are you
happy.
allergic to anything?
Nah, I'm happy I'm not allergic to nine.
Nothing.
But you know, but if I was allergic to something and I was in your situation, I'm meeting God. I'm telling you, I'm meeting God.
Do you know what, the only blessing is about it? Well, not blessing, but with my allergy, because normally I would like peel carrots and potatoes and stuff for Christmas.
Yeah.
Now I don't have to do any of that, fam. Because it's got like enzymes in it that resemble to nuts, and you can get an allergic reaction from it when you're peeling. So now I don't have to do that at Christmas. So I just get away, do nothing.
That's calm, bro. That's calm.
Yeah. So I just bust a nut allergy. I also tried it at work as well, because well, not at work, but on my first day of work, in my current job, my manager literally opened a bag of nuts right in front of my face on my first day. And
I think you told me this all.
Yeah, and I told the crowd. So on my first day of work, right, I literally like 10 minutes in, and I'm sitting at my desk, and my manager comes up to me, and he's got literally a bag of nuts like right in front of my face, and I must have said to him, "Oh, like, you know, I'm allergic to nuts, right?" And then he literally laughed in my face, and he's like, "You're joking, right?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not." And he's just like, "No, I'm serious." And he's like, "Oh, right, yeah, we've never had anyone with like a medical condition before." And I'm like, "What, ever?" And he's just like, "Yeah." And then since then, like, everyone just keeps the nuts away from me in case I pass out. Got my EpiPen in the drawer.
But where do you stab it, on the fire or what?
Huh?
Do you stab it on the fire?
Yeah, you're meant to stab it in your thigh, but the thing is, it's such a not a long process. It's a painful process.
Why don't you just stab it in your chest or something?
You just kill yourself. No, because your thigh is like a large, muscle, whatever, isn't it? So it gets to where it needs to get to if you stab it there. But you can get it through like closed jeans, whatever. But I've only used it once or twice, and that was just in training. So
Fair enough.
yeah, nah, you'd never want to use it. Trust me.
Yeah,
It's painful. I'd rather just die. Like, send me to God, fam. Like, just let me float up and take my rest in heaven.
No,
'cause
no, man.
having that pain in your leg, nah, never.
Oh man, that's peak, bro. That's peak.
Nah, so I was thinking for our topic today, we could talk about like crazy stories, like uni and stuff like that, like mad nights out.
Oh man. Oh
Because I
boy.
know we've had some mad nights out when we went uni.
Oh man.
Because obviously me and you went to the same uni, innit? And like that's how we met.
Trust me.
In the same uni accommodation. And like the nights out we had, man, were just prolific.
You might as
Like,
well
just
kick it off, bro.
absolute madness.
Tell me your maddest one.
I will, but before we do that, though, I remember, if you remember as well, when because obviously I had like a large set of speakers in my room.
Yeah.
And there
Man
was
like Bill. Turn them off. Turn them off. He was this close to saying.
The manager in the accommodation just got vexed with me like 24/7. So every day he's just banging on my door like, turn it off, turn it off. To the point where like I had people that I'd never even met just be like, turn it off, turn it off.
I remember there was a lesbian upstairs from your side. And she was
Which
better.
one, fam? It was better.
No, there was one like flamboyant tomboy lookalike. She was on
she's
smoke.
the devil, yeah.
Bro, she was on smoke. Every time I came your way, bro, she was like,
No,
what? Turn it off.
The time I was thinking of was when I was playing it very loud and we was on the group chat on like the Facebook page. And the girl must have commented like, whoever's playing in room, whatever it was, like in capital letters, like turn it down. And I just see Mo comment like, dust to the library, fam.
No, you know what it is? Oh, no, that was not me. Hey,
Man was like, dust to the library.
Nah, I know who it was.
Yeah.
No names be said. They're in this room.
The government names.
No government names, no nicknames, no nothing. They're in this room though.
But nah, that
we know.
Speaking of that library though, that library was something else. Like when I tell people what goes on in that library, what was it? Boots Library, right?
Wow, you're talking to someone who's never went to the library, bro.
Oh yeah, what am I talking? I'm talking to a dropout.
Trust me.
What's that Kanye West album?
I paid
Dropout.
$9K to be a rock star, fam. But I went there to live life. I didn't go there for an education. I'm telling you that.
That library was something else, I'll tell you. Because I remember on that top floor, and I'd go there, and I'm going there to like actually pattern work, like study and whatnot. And I'm seeing like girls twerking, girls in like maxi dresses, like all of this. And I'm like, is this a library or the club?
Right, they should have just went club. But
Literally.
you know what? There was
and it would be the same girls in the library that you then see in the club after. And you're like, mad thing.
You know what? I remember a few times I went there, bro. It was just, I went to, I don't know, what floor was just blacked out. Blacked out people.
What, in the clubs?
No, in the library.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, obviously.
But that's where the top floor was. And it was just like,
it might have been
as soon as you saw one blackhead, you knew he was in the library. Because like, that's when it really started.
No,
and then you see the trappers with a little pouch.
Wow,
and
trust me, that's what I'm saying. I got there and I was trying to do work, but obviously, you know, like I ain't trying to fail outside. So I was trying to put in, like, graft it out, say, yes, I worked hard on this. All I hear is people chatting away, and I'm like,
chatting,
what's happening?
Up,
all I'm
doing
seeing,
God knows what, giving out their numbers, like just madness.
You know what? What's your maddest experience in Nottingham clubbing scenes?
Ooh.
What's the one thing that you said, madness?
I think it's got to be the time, or it's probably a few times, but one of them that resonates with me, I think I got to Ink and we did the pre-drinks too heavy because, you know, with like sometimes they do the free entry before a certain time. Yeah. So I think these times when I was in like first year and I didn't really like drink too tough and them lot in it, because obviously our accommodation was like just British people everywhere, like Caucasian. And so them man had me on like vodka and I'm like, I don't really fuck with this shit, but I'd man just drank it anyway. And they literally kept giving me shot after shot. Yeah. And like it was at a point where like I wasn't even feeling it. It was just going straight to like just straight through. Yeah, wow. But it was just going straight to my head. And then we made it to the club. And I think somehow or another we ended up in that, what's that shit room downstairs?
That's you.
In prison.
That main stage.
No, the one downstairs.
The cheese room.
The cheese room, that's it.
Oh,
basically, yeah, it's so in it. But what it was,
no, you know what? If you pull the white bird,
yeah,
it's calm.
Easiest place to pull. But the thing, because downstairs that bar was like empty, innit?
Yeah. No, it was still packed. Like there was still bare white people with their checkered shirts and them, their
But if you wanted a
that,
quick
bruh.
drink, you'd go downstairs because the bar was literally always empty down there.
Oh, you know what? Saying that, I remember the black room. You ain't getting served at
Which
all.
one?
Fam.
Oh, what, the main room?
The hip hop room. Nah.
Oh, where that
Yeah,
where that
they
DJ was there,
specifically put
and then
two people there.
all he ever
Trust me.
played was Meek Mill.
DJ Khaled. What's it called?
Every day it was just Meek Mill, and then
what's
as
that
soon as
Meek
you
Mill
heard what's it?
We the best.
I'm a boss.
Ah,
you just
yeah,
knew, you
that
just knew
song.
he was there.
Oh no.
And I'm like, don't this guy have any other playlist?
What was it? What's his name?
And then,
Trap
and you know
Star
what's,
guy.
yeah, but you know what's funny? Because I know he was a DJ. Because when I went past the DJ booth, I'm seeing man literally off YouTube. He's playing off YouTube,
Nah.
and I'm like, you're a DJ, fam.
You know
He's
what? I
like-
never got to that
He does
stage.
that thing like, oh, fam, man, I can't hear you, fam. Like, man, just DJing. I'm like, shut up, bro.
Nah, you know what? I never got to that stage where I had to like ask the DJ, bro. By that point, I'm paralytic.
No, because I'm like quite inspired by the music, so I actually want to see
Oh,
what
so,
he's
like, you
talking
proper
about, what he's
asking
playing
him,
with. Yeah, so I'm asking like 1 or 2 questions, and obviously these times I was in first year.
Yeah.
But when I'm seeing man playing off YouTube, I'm like, nah, fam. No wonder you're
How's he
Nottingham,
mixing
fam.
with this?
You can't make it in London.
How can you
You can't
mix
make
it?
it in a real city.
But how can he mix it from YouTube?
Because what he does, I think he just integrated it into his.
You know
like,
what? I think.
wherever
Tell
he
a
is.
lie. I think I might have heard an ad one time. You know.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying. Them 10-second ads. And man will just mix it like, yeah, this is my mix.
There
This
was
is my
a
mix.
moonpigs.com. Come on, bro.
Man will
Midway
just
through the
mix it.
sesh, bro. I'm
Like,
telling
yeah,
you.
this is the Moon Pig Fire.
Man said the remix, you know.
But that room was so segregated. Cause I remember you literally had like one corner for blacks, and then at the back you had like all the Asian lot in it,
Yeah.
like all the Indians and all that, and it'd just be in the back.
No,
and
there was
it's-
always one guy I always used to see on a wheelchair. Man was living life. Man was living life. No,
You
I
can't
won't
be-
say the name, but I knew one thing that slapped. She sliced up this dog nicely.
No way.
I know the thing. You know the thing as well. You know
Which?
the thing. You know.
Oh, I think I know. I think I know.
yeah.
I think I know. I think I know. I
Bruh,
think I know.
hey, nah. You know when I heard that, yeah, slicing. Oh no, I couldn't believe my eyes.
No way.
NT is bro. I'm telling you.
And then what was that little chant they had? The Trent Army or something.
If your dad's a poly or sign.
Yeah, some mad thing
Bro,
like that.
these white people came out with some madness, bro.
But I knew they were from day one. Because how is it when I'm coming into my accommodation and I meet one of my neighbours and the first thing they're saying is I've never met a black person, and I'm like, I am definitely outside of London.
You know, oh man, you know what? Yeah, I know a guy. He said, "Yo, you're the first black person I ever met."
What was the? Who was the weird one? Do you remember?
Who the is that?
The proper weird, the one that just no one spoke to, or he didn't speak to us
Was it your side or my side?
on our side on the ground floor.
Or your side?
Do you remember?
Was he Chinese?
You remember, right? Yeah.
Alright, you'll tell me
No
the
one.
name.
I don't even know what his name is. That's how I remember him. That's how I remember him.
Oh man.
And yeah, he didn't chat to he didn't want to talk to no one. Like I felt like there was anxiety, and then there was he had because he just literally stayed in his
Was
room.
it that guy that blew up his fingers?
Nah, you're thinking of what's her name? He blew up the kitchen.
No. I don't think she blew up. It was a guy, some Chinese guy. He blew up he blew up his fingers. He made a bomb. It was on the news, bro. I remember I sent it to you. You couldn't believe me.
No way, seriously.
Yeah, legit, bro. So, like, there was some. I remember he was in your side, and like I think after like September, October, October, November, he moved out and left. No one ever.
But
seen
there was
him.
bad. There was bad that left.
Nah, you're thinking about the foreigners who moved in, bro.
The only one I remember is fuck and that's how I remember him because
Oh,
you
man.
know we had that little board in the
Like,
kitchen
you
instead of
man a
everyone's
billion
face.
season out there, fam.
Yeah, that's probably why he left. To be fair.
You man slicing these people out for no reason.
No way.
You know.
Nah, yeah. So I mean, that was Nottingham, but those times I was working as well. So I used to work in like a sports retailer, and it was dead, fam. Like never.
So
again.
you were working like was it a van you had back then as well? You were
Yeah, so I had a
delivering.
driving job as well,
Yeah.
and that was a madness too because I worked there in the
I
summer.
was out there losing money. You're just making money, bro.
Yeah, I was
Bruh.
caking that summer. I can't lie.
Bruh,
That was one of the
trust me.
best summers for money I ever had. Because literally, that's how I got the car I got now. Innit? I used that
Yeah.
money to pay for it. But I was clearing bare money. But the work they had me doing, I was literally a slave. Like
Yeah.
it was slavery, like slave labor firm. But what they had me doing was driving like dining tables and like chairs and like
Yeah.
cutlery and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Obviously on its own, it's light work. But
Yeah.
when you got like a store like 200 of them in a van and you got to carry it all by your ones,
Yeah.
like that's a mad thing, and you're doing that to like 10, 15 places drops a day. Like all that, yeah, it's heavy, man, heavy work.
That's long,
and I'd be
man.
like 6 till like 8 in the evening. But luckily, because it was summer, it was always daylight.
Yeah.
But so one time I did a drop, and
What's the maddest drop you've had? Like,
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. So this
yeah.
was the maddest drop here.
Yeah.
So literally, they didn't give me like normally you have like a second guy like a porter who helps you out, and for whatever reason they decided not to give me one that day, and they sent me to some next like private school or something like that in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Took me forever and a half to get there, and when I get there now, they wanted me to unload all the equipment, and it had like a ice cream freezer thing, like proper heavy like freezer thing, and a few other things, but it was like covered in glass as well.
I would have just left it in that van.
Yeah, and they wanted me to carry it all the way across the rugby field.
Nah,
which is like God knows how long.
Nah, bun that, bro.
And so I must have asked because there was a couple like builders next to me, and I was like, "Oh, do you mind like helping me out?"
Yeah.
They're like, "Nah, mate, busy." Guys doing like nothing, looking at a tree.
But you should have just told them I'll pay you a tenner, fam.
Bro, they weren't trying to hear it. They're like, yeah, we can't do it, bro. Like, we're busy.
You know what I would have played? I would have said, is it because I'm black? I would have just said, am I black?
I'm pressing the button to load the thing down, and then I got to take it off the wraps.
Yeah.
And I got to try and carry this thing. And I swear to God, as soon as I went to like tackle it, the thing fell on me, shattered all over my arm with glass. And my arm was just covered in blood.
You know what I was saying? Where there's a blame, there's a claim. You get me? Hey, bring that claim in, bro.
So I'm covered in blood, like dying for my life. And I worked with a whole team of Polish guys.
Yeah.
So they must have sent one of the other guys to come help me out.
Oh,
so he comes and he's like, "What's wrong, you pussy? Like, just get back to work." I'm like, "Blood, man's bleeding out." Like,
bro, you should have said Blataskowski back it.
And then he's saying all these swear words like, "Oh, and all this shit," and like, man's just cussing me out. Like, yeah, get on with the work.
You're the
like,
man there where they say,
cool.
You know, it's peak time.
I'm like,
bro.
yeah, I know what this means, fam. It's time for me to bounce. And
Trust
then so and this is the joke team. When I went back the next day, they're like, "Yeah, you got to pay for the freezer," and I'm like, "What? I should be suing your."
But nah, you know what, bro? I'll be on violence. I'll be like, "Yo, look what you did to my arm. Look at this scar, bro. I would have got it. I would have bought out my medical record, GB record, bro. I would have been anywhere, bro.
That shit.
Nah, I would have went hard, bro. I would have said,
What about you?
Some money in there.
You had any mad like work stories?
Oh boy, like I don't have mad work stories, but like,
or just something crazy.
I just deal with bare stupid people. You get me? So like,
yeah, I've
you got bare stupid people. You just like you don't want to laugh at them, but at the same time, it's like you can't be this.
Like, what's the funniest one you've had? Like, or one of the funniest?
Oh man, that's putting me on a spot right there. Right, let me think of one. Let's continue to something else.
Like just the other day, I had an interview for this job, and I knew basically I smashed the interview, because I answered all the questions they asked me, and I asked other people from the company if I had said the right things, and they're like, "Yeah, you're spot on." Like,
what's the maddest thing? Like,
the mad thing was about it. I was spot on for it. I answered all the questions. I was, I came across professional, whatever. Yeah. And the reason I found out I didn't get the job is because apparently I wasn't the right fit. And bro, we all know what that means, fam.
Yeah.
You're for this role.
No, you know what it is? I remember
she heard DMX in the background. She was like, nah, cuz.
No, you know what it is? She probably saw the camera. She's like, nah, this ain't the one.
Bro, this ain't the one.
No, have you seen about what they did to Idris Elba? They said, man's not black enough. What the fuck? What do you think about that?
The man's full name is like Idrissa, and you're saying he's not black enough.
No, you know what? They're saying the whole character, Luther, from that whole show.
Oh, yeah.
It's not black enough. So I'm thinking, yo, bring man in for like, what's it called? James Bond, then, innit?
Yeah.
If this guy can't
because I swear he was meant to get offered James Bond,
exactly.
and then he took it away from him.
What do you think? Do you think he should go for James Bond? And they should
of
give
course,
it to him?
100%.
No, I don't
He's
think
right
so.
for the role.
No, James Bond's a white man character, bro.
No, the role is never specified for a character.
It don't matter.
It's just Britain has made it for a white man.
The Simpsons can never be Apple, bro.
No, but Simpsons is different. It's an animated show. That's different.
All right, so what's a white man show you like?
No, but this is like live action TV show or a film, whatever. It could easily be a black person. They just don't want to do it.
Nah, man. I think Bond should be white.
No.
No, that's where we're
white.
going.
What for? If he was black, he'd be
but
30,
Bond's
fam.
the character
like,
of Bond.
if Bond was black, man would be road,
what
fam.
Black man
he'd be on the
has
streets just up.
What black man has a job in MI5? Man's a what? An informer now.
Security.
Man's a snitch.
Security, fam.
There's no security.
Man just
Man's
gets a little
informer now,
sniper
yeah? He's informing on a mandem, you get me? Trust me. No, there's no black guy in MI5. What was it? MI6?
Do you even watch James Bond?
No, I saw the last one, that Cinco de Mayo.
So
one.
you seen one? You get to,
And
I've
then
seen all of
the other one with
What,
like the
Casino
Scarface.
Royale?
Yeah.
Or Skyfall.
Nah, what's the guy with the like the cut on his face or something?
Skyfall, I think.
I think I've
That's
seen
that
that
one.
one, but that was like
Yeah.
back in the day though.
No, are you thinking of Casino Royale? Casino Royale.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I saw that one. Then I saw the Cinco de Mayo Mexico one, bruv. Man was moving brazy on that one. Trust me. Hey, but I don't know, man. When you think about it, yeah, from a normal stand, yeah. James Bond can never be black.
Easily, and you know it.
Nah.
It's like when what's it that
James Bond for me
that
is that man. No,
what's that thing? Doctor Who, innit? When they made it a woman after like 100 years, like it's
who the
easily
watches Doctor Who, bro?
no one, bro. But they managed
Exactly.
to do it. And
No one
but
watches it.
But that's a big thing because it's on BBC, innit?
Bro, no one watches shows on BBC, man. The only I watch is that
The only
Snowfall.
thing, the only thing people watch on TV now is just football, innit? You don't need to go to the terrestrial TV.
No, but they don't Netflix.
Other than like football, no, that's online.
Yeah, but that's still TV though.
Yeah, that's TV. But I'm saying like terrestrial TV, like
so like
yeah, no one watches anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
The only shows they watch is like football and like Love Island, and that's about it.
Even then, people still watch Love Island from like recorded.
Yeah.
I watch.
Oh, what like the catch up?
Yeah,
but that's about it though. Other than that,
because
no one really watches
I'm
daytime.
not pinning myself in my living room at 9 p.m. Do you understand?
No one watches daytime TV.
Yeah.
Especially when you got like what's it on daytime TV.
I was like,
yeah.
Nah, you know what? I ain't watching no. No, you know, it's not about homosexuality. It's just I don't want to listen to my man, fam. Do you know the ones there where you just like look
they
at
come
a
up with
character?
the deadest topics on that
Exactly,
show.
bruv. Nah, you know what? I saw. Was it? I don't know if it was him or Good Morning Britain had some madness. Someone.
Nah, Good Morning Britain gave me jokes though. When they had Piers, I can't. As controversial as he is, he gave me jokes.
I rate him though. That's the thing.
He gave me jokes. Piers gave me jokes.
That's what I'm saying.
Because when I watch back his videos on YouTube, and I'm like, nah, I'm actually cracking up at what he's saying.
Because you know what it is, the man don't care. Like he says what he
just
wants.
ruthless. Like I just say it off his chest.
But like you know the man there, like he can say what he wants. Man can do whatever he wants.
And now man's at like Sky raking in the money. Like, he'll just bounce to the next place.
You know what? But man was homeless. Man was jobless. You get me? Man was on that
He made it
universal
work for
credit.
him.
You get me?
Man made it work for him, innit?
Nah, but you know what? That's bad bossy. The way he stormed out. You can't do that.
Yeah,
National television.
Bro, and he had like millions of complaints or thousands of complaints. I'm like, right.
No, you know what? I'll give him props to him for like standing up like that. That's big up on him.
Even though, what did he say? Even though, like, I'm done.
Yeah, no, because he gave up on that Megan talk, innit?
Yeah.
So he's like, I'm done. I'm off.
Done.
Like, start storming off, bro.
Like, man's been hanging out in South London too much. He's like, I'm done.
Trust me. Man's going, what's it called? Wireless now.
He's going wireless.
Trust me.
He's
making
down
that trip,
Crystal
you get
Palace.
Me? Trust me.
He's going to start doing interviews down there, innit?
He has to. Watch him, bro. Dave is gonna bring him out, fam. Man's gonna do that Thiago song.
Silva.
Trust me. But that Sky man, you get me?
I reckon. Do you remember that kid that what's it? Alex, innit? From Glasgow.
Man,
that was staged. That was
staged, bro.
That was staged, I reckon.
No, that was not staged, but like,
because man had the shirt on and he knew the lyrics and he happened to be like near the front. And
you know what pisses me off the most, innit? Yeah, it's Dave and AJ's song, innit?
Yeah.
And Thiago Silva didn't hear about it until Alex told. That kind of annoyed me. I was like, what? How the you not like listen to? They made a song about you. Like, go on Google, bruv. You get me?
Nah, but you come in wireless.
Man said about coming wireless.
Bro, it's back home where it belongs in South London.
Yeah.
People forget,
Nah,
like, Croydon is the second biggest borough in London.
And second it's the most dangerous, you get me?
Nah, based on what? Where's the evidence?
Are you mad?
What evidence?
Man wants me to risk my life for a little drink.
Nah, if you look at crime statistics, East is way worse. East is way worse.
Who's going to go wireless in East London, bro?
Yeah, no one. But that's my point. Croydon is not as bad as people make it out to be.
Finsbury Park, you get me? That's when it was popping, bro.
Yeah. That and Hyde Park.
You know what? When was it in Hyde Park? Cause
I was like a good 10 years ago. Yeah. Because I went wireless from early, and these times
I was below 18.
These times, like
ago,
J. Cole and Drake were just turning up for fun, but like now to get them is like next to impossible.
But you know what? The wireless money me off though, man.
It goes up and up every year because all these youths want to jump on it.
Yeah, but like you might as well just spend that money going to a mad festival or
what, like Reading or something like that.
Nah, like go Glastonbury or something. Actually,
maybe.
you know, the money's pretty similar now.
Yeah, but it's the whole camping thing. Like,
go Reading, go Reading. Reading's like what, $2 bills?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I'm not camping, man. Fuck that.
Yeah, go live in a hotel, innit?
Yeah, but you can't do that. That's the whole point. like with like Reading, because it's in like the middle of nowhere, isn't it?
Yeah,
In a field.
I'm sure like get yourself like
Get a hotel
yeah.
and then what? That shit like an hour down.
Nah, I would say go to like get a hotel like 5 minutes away, like next to the field. I'm sure like you get those Eastern European knockdown houses in it that you can just live in.
Oh yeah. Did you see that? Speaking of knockdown, did you see that post on Insta the other day? It was like, what did you call well, I called it knockdown ginger. But there's apparently bare different variations of
Oh,
it.
what's the difference?
There's ones like knockdown Harry or something like that.
That's
Like,
the man living in Scotland, bro.
I'm like, I've only ever known it as knockdown ginger.
Man said like knockdown Harry.
Knockdown Harry and
You know what? Why is it called knockdown ginger, bro?
I don't know, but people didn't really rate gingers back then, innit?
Trust me.
So it must have been that.
Like, the only reason they didn't rate gingers because it sounded like you get me? Spell it the other way around, didn't it?
No, because you know what it reminds me of? The first time I played it was when I was in primary school, and we went on this field trip to the Isle of Wight. And
Isle of Wight.
Yeah.
Where the is that, bro?
Down south, coastal, I think, or wherever the fuck.
Bro,
it
that
is.
man should have just taken you to Calais, bro. They should have
And,
just taken you to the immigrants, bro.
So we played it one night in our like rooms or whatever,
Mm.
and we played Knockdown Ginger. And the room that I was given,
Yeah.
I didn't know, but it happened to be our teacher's room,
Oh,
and I must have knocked on it. I was too late getting away,
Yeah.
and she clocked me, and she was like, this kid again, fam."
Ugh.
Man made me wait to go last for food every day during that whole trip.
But you should have.
So even if I queued up first, she made me
where
go
there's
last.
a blame, there's a claim. You should have
She
found
was
for
a
some
pagan.
report,
That's
fam.
what she was.
Trust me. Have you played that finger game where you like head down, finger up or something?
Oh, what? Heads down, thumbs up.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
right. That really is throwing it back.
That we have to throw it back, bro. That was a legendary game. Pinch your little cross in it, like you get me?
Yeah, I remember that. And then you used to do like the whole Pictionary thing as well. And
Yeah.
you do it with like film names. And I remember when I was doing it, I would do like a lot of like black films, but like I was in a white primary school, so no one knew what the I was talking about.
Peak times.
So I was doing films like Barbershop, Soul Plane, like all them films there.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, what's this guy on about, fam?
Yeah.
And like they're talking about, I don't know, Teletubbies or whatever.
You know. You know what? I just thought of a mad story at uni.
Go on.
So you were here,
Go
yeah.
on. Go on.
You were here. So we're in what was it? Stealth Rock City.
Yeah.
No names, yeah. No informative. You got me.
Go on, music
So-
to my ears.
Alright, so we were there. It was Easter, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that should round up to pretty much to like who it was in your head, innit? First year. So us man, we go out, we tear it up. We're all licked. I think it's like 5
Is
of
this
us.
the dead thing that you slept with?
Right. No, but still, man got brain in the toilets of a cubicle in a club. Cause right, she broke my phone.
No
right?
way.
She
Seriously?
slapped out my hand. Yeah.
She slapped out, yeah? Oh, okay, I remember that. I remember
Yeah.
the story.
Fam, I don't know why. I don't know what possessed this woman to slap my phone
I
out of
remember
my
you
hand.
telling me now. I remember you telling me.
I was like, what is wrong with you, fam? Like, obviously, I told her you pay in it, but she was thinking of other things. So she was like, yeah, I'll give you a head in the toilet. I was like, calm, bro, you get me? So man handles business. That, I would say, is my maddest story in uni.
No way.
Maddest time at work. It has to be when, what's it called? Actually, you know what? This is the maddest one. So basically, this guy comes back from holiday in Eastern Europe, innit?
Yeah.
And he bought a sweet. He just left it on my table. He's like, yeah, it's a sweet from my country. So it's one of those licorice ones, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they're all black. Do you understand? So I open the wrapper up and it says Negro. So I have the sweet in my mouth and I'm just looking at the wrapper and saying, what kind of have I turned into, bruv? My man just like, ha 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 ha, ha ha, man, just laughing.
That reminds me of a time at school, actually, because when we did, like, languages, innit? And I think one of the translations of black in Spanish is, like, Negro.
Wow, I learned that the hard way. I was in Barcelona.
So
and I saw...
when we was in class, fam, people just rinsing off, like, oh, you nigger. And I'm like, black, yeah, I know.
Nah,
okay.
but I learned that the hard way. I was about to throw hands on the whole shop, bro. They were like saying, it said Negro, innit?
Yeah.
I was like, what? Why does it say Negro here? And the lady was like, this is black. I was like, yeah, of course it's black, fam. What are you on about? Yeah, I can see it's black, innit? It says Negro. And she's like, yeah, but in Spanish, we call it black. I was like, nah, fam, we're throwing hands, you get me? So, like, all my guys, innit? And some of them were black, so we just like shouting back, innit? Obviously, we had brain cells. We knew black, obviously, Negro, but we said, let's take it, let's push it, let's see how far we can go. It got to a point where the other ladies, she calls the manager. Manager's bare like argumentative, bare like, say, Espanol, blah, 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 all that shit. I was like, hey, English, please, bro. Let's continue this conversation in English. Man said, no, you are in Spain. You talk in Spanish. You're negro. I was like, nah.
So you had mad holidays then,
Yeah.
like them Ibiza type holidays.
No, I didn't go Ibiza, but I went Prague.
Did you? How was that?
No, was it not Prague? What was it called? Was it Bratislava? Bratislava. That's the one.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is
Speaking to the mic,
slicing
fam.
sessions.
Speaking to the mic, bro.
Where did you go?
No, speaking to the mic.
Oh, to the mic.
Yeah. Bare far. Now, what's
Well, how do I go about this? So basically, a few days before we went away, and I was on Tinder Gold, so I was like scouting around.
Is that where you pay for it?
Yeah, I paid for it because I was like, look, if I'm gonna go there, obviously, say like you're bare licked. Sometimes you go on Tinder, but obviously it's gonna take a bit of time to like start talking to someone. You might as well get the icebreaker done just before you're about to leave, innit?
Yeah.
So once you fly out there, you already got something patterned. Do you understand? So like by that day two.
Oh, is that the one where you can change the location? And
Yeah. So like that's what
so
I've done. So next year, this girl brings her mate. Me and my guy go back to theirs. They're banging in the shower. Man's out here. This tells me she's on a period. I was like, man. So obviously I said fair enough. She's like, I don't feel like I'm doing it. I'm not on it, innit? I was like, calm. She's like, I'm on heavy period, all this cramp shit. I was like, fair enough, bruv. I'm dipping. Next year, I fell asleep, yeah. My man's waking me up saying, yo, we got a dip, bruv. We got a cut. Man sliced it up. We jumped in a cab. Bucked my man and the rest of our lot in it, the place. That's pretty much it. I'll say that's one country. But before I continue with the other countries, what about you? You continue with one country.
I did Magaluf a fair few years ago.
Man did the English holiday, you get me?
Proper
Man did the full brekkie, you get me?
No, it was a budget thing because we did it on a budget. Like we did it on such. We was in this hostel. It was just, the coach was budget. Like everything was just budget. But the mad part was when we on like the second to last night or something like that. We did like when they do the you get like a wristband for like the entry to all the clubs and all that, and you pay like I don't know 20, 30 euros whatever.
Yeah.
So we did that, and then they must have told me like it's unlimited drinks or whatever.
Yeah.
As soon as I heard that, I was like, bro, get me to the bar. Like, what are you waiting around for?
Yeah.
Get to the bar now. And we're only in the first bar out of like 10. Because it's like a bar crawl.
Yeah.
And I only made it to the second bar. Because I downed like how many shots of whatever it was.
Was it them fishbowl type of scenarios?
Yeah. So
them fishbowls
man
up,
threw
man.
that within like the first hour.
Yeah.
And we got to the second bar and I lost consciousness.
Yeah.
And then apparently I like... Man yacked up on the wall, and then this is how I remember it. And then after that, I just remember waking up in like a field in the middle of nowhere, and like a car with a punch glass in it, and that's all I remember. During that time, they must have tried to call like an Uber for me, and apparently I tried to get in the driver's seat, and I was like, nah, fam, I'm the pilot of this.
Nah.
And then I just ended up and then with like 2 police officers and a punched out car. But luckily I just walked off and I was
What's your maddest like dating experience, would you say?
I think just before COVID I had not necessarily a mad one, but I had one where the date was just going horribly.
Yeah.
So we must have gone to what's that place? Sheesh in Chigwell.
Right.
But it's like proper bougie. But I didn't even want to go there in the first place.
Why do you? I don't understand that. Why go bougie?
I didn't want to. I didn't want to go there. Yeah.
Yeah.
But this kind of leads on to the story.
Yeah.
So she was basically bougie or whatever.
Yeah.
And so she was talking about restaurants, and I was naming a few.
Yeah.
She was like, "Oh, I only go to certain restaurants." So she literally named me like 5 restaurants that she only ever eats at.
Yeah.
And she's like, "I'll only eat here."
I'll
only eat here.
So
one of the restaurants.
Have you asked her what takeaway? What were you only eating on takeaway?
Bro, we went through the whole thing, but she's basically like, if it's not one of these 5 restaurants, I'm just not doing it. Basically.
What kind of bougie thing do you get?
Yeah, and then one of the restaurants, like the one I just mentioned, that was one I actually knew. So I was like, well, I know this one. Like, let's go here. Yeah. Like, obviously it's expensive, but it was like one of the cheaper out of all of them.
Yeah.
So we go there now, and we're on the date, and we're doing the drinks. And like obviously being a gentleman, I'm like, oh, do you want something to drink?
Yeah.
And I can't remember what she ordered, but bro, when I saw the bill, the thing was like £100 drink, and not that the drinks were expensive, but she ordered like the most expensive thing on there, and I'm like, right, this girl's really taking me. And then we're on the date now, and it was just going so shit because she was just talking about how much money she had, how poor I was. I was like,
How poor you were.
How poor I was. She was like, oh, you're only driving a BMW? And because she has licked at this point, innit?
Bro, I would have walked away, fam. Hey, I would have said,
Like, yeah, I own a yard, I own 2 yards, I auctioned it, blah, blah, blah. And then eventually she started talking a bit more, and she was like, so I was trying to say, like, you know, kind of like, what do you do for fun or whatever?
yeah.
And she's like, well, I don't read, I don't watch TV, I basically don't do anything but sit at home. And I was like, all right, okay. And
Right,
then,
we asked her what was she like looking for then.
bro, I don't even know what she was like. I don't even know what her mental
I'm surprised
health
she's
was.
last that long, bro.
Yeah,
I would have dipped, bro.
bro,
Are you
I
mad?
wanted to dip. But
If she atted you on a date, bro, I'd dip.
I wanted to dip, but I was so hungry, man. It was like 8, 9 o'clock, and I hadn't eaten all day.
Bro, I would have
I was
starved.
so
I would
hungry.
have just starved to
And
death.
the food was so nice as
Bro,
well.
you should have done Ramadan, fam. You should have just
But
go fully ham on
I think,
fasting.
to be honest, the reason I stayed is because it was like a small set of tables, so there was like 3 tables in the room.
Yeah.
And like again, because it was like a bougie restaurant, everyone was like really nice and like good looking, whatever.
Yeah.
So there was like a nice blonde girl opposite me,
Yeah.
and I'm on my date like here,
Yeah.
and she could see me in the corner of my eye,
Yeah.
eyeing up the other girl,
Yeah.
and she's like, focus, and I'm like, oh shit, she's clocked. I look at another girl,
Bro,
And
why
then-
did you stay though? I don't
and then
understand.
here's the funny bit, because to the right of me there was this brother laughing. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck's he laughing about?
Yeah.
I turn my head and I see Still Bangles sitting there on a date, and he's just laughing his head off at me.
Man,
like,
like, you know, his name is Panda, bruv.
Is it?
Yeah, when I heard that, I was like,
Panda,
nah.
Panda.
Bruv,
What's
Panda,
that? Rapper,
Steve
designer, innit?
Yeah.
Panda.
Man called himself, nah, you know what? That's a madness.
I get
How do you
bras in
get
Atlanta.
Still Bangles from Panda, bro?
Yeah, I know.
I don't know if it's actual Panda, but the Leap, you know.
Something like that.
Leap, what's happening? Is it Panda?
No, I don't think so. I'll check it.
Yeah.
Like, I
Some
saw you
mental.
man said it was Panda, bro.
But
When I heard it, I was like,
His
my man
story,
could be called Panda, fam, and coming out of bangers and still bangles and all that stuff.
his story is mad though, anyway, because I swear he spent like bare time in prison, like with his parents dead or something like that. Or
Still bangles.
yeah, wasn't it him, innit? And he learned how to produce in prison.
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure that's him.
He don't seem like that type.
Yeah, because he had something happen to him, and then that's how he learned how to produce.
Really? Hey, big up to him, bro.
Yeah, like him, J5, man.
Hey,
They're both
still
cold.
bangles. If you hear this, come through.
Yeah, bro. Like, I'm your next track. Like,
Trust me.
You know what I
Hey,
mean? It's
I wanna
written.
say-
It's written here.
Trust me, bro. I want to jump on a track. Still bangles. Bring back 2017 days. Still bangles.
Oh,
Mo
him, Mo
Stack,
Stack.
trust
yeah,
me.
yeah.
Bring it back. And Mist, bro. Don't forget Mist.
Them
you
lot
get
were
me?
wheeling it up that year.
Bro, trust me. What do you think? Do you think Mo Stack's fell off?
He's fallen off.
Like,
But
you know what?
it's-
Because I'm one of his like core fans.
But do you know what it is? If he did it right, he could make a comeback, because the same way he fell off, Abracadabra fell off and then came back up.
No, Abracadabra. He never fell off. Okay.
Nah, he fell off.
He had
fell
one
off.
track, bro.
Nah, he fell off. Yeah, he had the what's it?
was
wherever
it?
that track was. And then
Don't
he
know
fell
us, bro.
yeah, wherever
Yeah.
it was. And then
Done. What was done
no,
talking?
No, that was
Done-
Kojo.
Oh, yeah,
but he was
that's
on it. He was
yeah,
on it.
Yeah, he was on the remix, innit?
But he had that bait song in like what 2015, 16, and then he fell off. You know
what
he came
happens?
back.
Crap and Conan happened, fam.
But they came through.
They
took
take
his
your
spot.
they
I
jump
told
on
you,
your
man.
remix
South London,
and that's
fam.
it. South London. You see,
That's
my man's telling me
that's
about
what-
South London. Some fucking
represent. I got to represent. I got to represent.
Nah, niggas in South London are starving.
Nah,
Crep and Conan jumps to your song. Boom, over. Career done. Look at Dig That. Done. You get me?
No, but
Who's
that's because
next?
Digger D overtook him.
Nah, Digger D's hard, but man's from West, bruv. You
Bro,
get me?
forget Digger D. His girl is buff.
What, that Maya Mills?
Maya Mills,
Yeah, she's
bro.
decent, right? Decent.
I feel sad for her though, because once
It was that DBE guy like was dating.
Oh yeah, Young Ads.
Chords. No, not ads. It was like
The other one,
yeah.
LB.
There's like 3 of them now.
Young Ads, LB,
And then Chords, I think.
Lil Pino.
Yeah, Pino. That's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
one. I don't know where the getting chord from, but my man's hard though.
Yeah. No, what I was gonna say was I feel sad for her because ultimately she's gonna get dashed at some point, and then she's just gonna be one of them reject girls in the bin.
As long as she don't get pregnant though, like she'll
Yeah,
be
but
fine.
obviously he's gonna put a baby in her.
Yeah,
Like, that's what they all do.
But you know what? That's like, for example, if you're dating a rapper, innit, yeah, fair enough, you're all lovey-dovey up, innit, yeah. But at some point, you must be thinking there's obviously an expiration there. There's an end date eventually.
Yeah.
Like,
Come on,
most rappers ain't gonna stick as their stock goes up and up and up. They're just gonna
They just
move
move
a
on.
bit
They
brazy.
move on. Yeah. They
Yeah,
start moving
exactly.
mad. They move on.
Trust
But that's
me.
because they can, and so they should. So,
Yeah. And it
let 'em do
improves
their
their
thing.
what's it called, like, marketability. Like, so
Oh yeah,
obviously-
like branding.
yeah.
And
So
marketing
like
and all
when
that.
they like dip from one buff thing to a mad next one, you know what I'm saying? It improves their marketability. They say, oh, this person dating this person. That's why channels like fucking Gossip TV, what was it? The Gossip TV. What's that?
What, Link Up?
No,
Oh, UK Gossip TV.
UK
yeah.
Gossip. Yeah, that's the one.
And Shadeborough.
Yeah, that's how they fucking survive.
That's how they
man.
make money.
Yeah. Wow, you
And
know,
they bring out the
I've never
maddest
seen
news.
Shade Boy in my life. I don't know what that
They
is.
they bring out news that hadn't even been made yet. Like that's how fast they are.
Right, I remember,
Like you'll see it posted, and then the thing will actually happen 5 minutes later.
bro. Now you know what? Yeah, I remember I got
Like, they
one.
speak it into
like,
existence.
Gossip TV, I got one up on them because they never post about that Heady One and Tia Wayne fight. I saw that
on the airplane.
Yeah, on the
Yeah,
airplane. I saw that on what's it called, Twitter first.
Yeah.
And then Gossip TV one on. I was like, fair enough. Man can still get one up on these dead little channels, innit? They might as well fucking hire me to be an investigator or something. Bro. Look up their before they even find it. Trust me.
On that note, we are finished. That's been Chats with Cam. Had my guest here, Mohammed, and as you'll see, we got our socials down below. Make sure you follow, watch, like, subscribe, all of that, all of that. Follow my Insta page, Twitter page, Bigo. You know where it is. And yeah, we will be back, guys. Check us out, and yeah, peace.
I want promotions, fam. I want to get paid. You get
We
me?
want German Dummer Kebab, fam.
Nah,
We want
I
GD.
want the soap. What's that soap thing called? Dove. I want that. What's the
Radox.
Head and Shoulders? I want that.
The Radox.
Trust me. Hey, links at me, bruv. You get
Links
me?
Africa.
Hey, trust me. All right, peace out.